Hey everyone, Happy New Year. I'm happy to be back on YouTube and I am super excited for this year. I feel like there's a whole bunch of fun stuff happening now and I hope to be back a little more regularly than I was at the end of last year. You know, with the holidays and everything, it's kind of hard, but once a week videos and all of that good stuff. So today I get to talk to you about Knees Lacquer's newest collection for January. This is based off of the book Throne of the Fallen. I don't know if you've read Kingdom of the Wicked, which is a trilogy. It's a YA trilogy, so young adult. That was Knees Lacquer's final collection before they ended up taking a break due to the maker just needing to take a step back to focus on her health. So they've been back in full force for a few months, but Kingdom of the Wicked was their last full collection, and that was at the end of 2022. So that is by the same author. So Kerri Maniscalco is the author. I bought this book because it's gorgeous. And this is not necessarily a sequel. It is within the same world. Side note, if you read Kingdom of the Wicked or you didn't read it and you don't want to commit to 3 books and then you want to read this, if you don't care, you don't care. I would read those before you read this book because you'll be spoiled by kind of the whole plot line of Kingdom of the Wicked. But those books are really good too. They're YA, but I mean, they're not super YA books. This is definitely not YA. This is definitely, I think new adult might be what you call it, kind of in that like fantasy romance, but I really enjoyed this book. I really love the gorgeous cover. And I'm really excited to show you the polishes that Knees Lacquer created inspired by this book. So the nitty-gritty details. The Knees Lacquer collection will go live on Friday, January 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time on the Knees Lacquer site, which I will link. As per usual, just kind of their standard procedure for all of that. And then there are 9 polishes total, and they're beautiful. Everything's beautiful. Knees Lacquer does beautiful polish, but they did a really nice job with the variety of the colors and the finishes and all of that stuff. There's a magnetic, there's a few reflective glitters that are super smooth, pastel multichromes, and all kinds of beautiful stuff like that. So 9 polishes based off of Throne of the Fallen, and they're all lovely. I can't wait to show you swatches and kind of the shiftiness and all the usual stuff that you get. But I'm gonna just get to the swatches because I don't need to be talking all day. Let me know if you have any questions. I will talk to you after I'm done swatching. We are gonna dive in with one of the pastel multichromes, and this is Fair Winter Lady, and this is probably the funkiest polish of the bunch. Um, you can see on this first swatch, it's a pretty sheer polish. My photos of this one are showing 3 coats. I only swatched video 2, so you can kind of see how it builds. And this polish is an icy pastel multichrome that shifts from red to green with sparkles of cobalt and silver light reflective glitter. So you can see the green shift there and the red kind of like in the shade, which is pretty cool. It's kind of like this funky color, and then when you bring it into the sun, the reflective glitter shows, and this one does not need a smoother or anything. Next up is, I think, my favorite of the collection. This one is Princess of Starlight. It's a white multichrome, and it shifts from silver to blue to green. And it's really pink on the nail too, which is interesting. And you'll see it's almost like just a really pearly polish. I love it. I think it's my favorite of the collection. I might have done 3 thin coats for my photos of this one as well, but it actually builds quite nicely. I'm doing pretty thin coats here for the swatches.
So there's also a note that because it's an Aurora-based polish, it might have a yellow tinge in the bottle. I didn't find that at all, and it definitely doesn't have one on. So you can see some of the blue shift here, and this is like a true like pearl. This is just, it makes your nails look like pearls, and this one's my favorite of the collection. They're really all really beautiful. So this is Game Playing Deviant, and you can see that, we've got the hollow flakes in there, and it applies beautifully. This one's only, a two coater. It does not need three coats to build. And it is a deep midnight blue with like a glowy blue shimmer. And of course, the hollow flakes. And it's so saturated. Like, it's just ridiculously saturated. And in two coats, it's just this beautiful, super delicious, flaky blue polish. I'm really not like, uh, I try not to really do three coats of anything unless I need to. I'm also not a professional, and if colors bleed, I don't think this one bleeds that much. But I this is just with regular bee's knees top coat. She's still sparkly and beautiful. And this is God of Idiocy. I kind of have like a top three of this collection, and this is up there for me. You can see it goes on, and it's like this reddish brown polish, and it has emerald to green shimmer, which I mean, emerald is different. Emerald is green, and green is green. It looks super green here, but you can kind of see that cooler tone a little bit in the swatches, and then you can see here that cooler tone color really comes through, and then it also shifts to the super green. So this one's definitely one of my favorites. And this is same Lie Lilac, and this is another of the pastel multichromes. And I really like pastel multichromes, but with these like shifty flakes and stuff like that, the sparkles, they're a little funky for me. You can see this one is sheer. My photos of this one are also with three coats, so it does build really nicely, even though my video is just showing the two. But this is a pale blue pastel multichrome that shifts from green to blue and has sparkles with orange, and this one also has silver light reflective glitter. This is chaos, and it just kind of is. It's just definitely a funky color for sure, especially in the bottle. It's this kind of funky color, but when you put it on, it grows on you for sure. I wasn't entirely sure how this would look on me. I ended up liking it a lot more than I thought I would. It builds really nicely as well. And this is kind of like a mustardy olive color with an emerald green shimmer. And this also has hollow flakes. I think kind of that cooler shift really endears this one to me. And in the sun, it's like that, it's not quite gold, but that like mustardy color, which I love. And this is my other favorite from the collection. So, like my third of the favorites. This one is Discord. Um, and this is a black polish with silver to blue to green shimmer. It also pulls pretty pink, which I'm not sure if that's me that it's pulling pink on. I mean, I don't really have any crazy base coats on or anything like that. Um, and you'll see in the natural swatches in the natural light that it pulls kind of pink, but it's amazing. This one's my one of my favorites for sure, but you can really see the blue to green to silver shift. And this is Prince of Envy, who is the prince of our book. He is the prince of Throne of the Fallen. And this polish is described as a deep olive green base with a rich emerald shimmer and hollow flakes. So you can really see kind of where the olivey comes from on that first coat, but it builds to like just this crazy saturated bright green that's so beautiful. And then I guess that emerald shift is kind of that cooler shift. It's gorgeous. I love it. And last but certainly not least is Outplayed. This is the magnetic from the collection. And this polish is an emerald to blue multichrome with a sky blue magnetic shimmer. And you can see unmagnetized, it's a really pretty soft blue and it shifts green to purple. And then you'll see it's just kind of like a nice light, a light shimmer, and it magnetizes really easily. I'm going to magnetize my middle finger and you'll see this is whole, you know, it's super sensitive. You can really see the shift there. And in sunlight, it's this, you know, you see that green, and then you can really see the purple shift in the shade.
So, what do you think? Do you have any favorites? So once again, all of these beautiful polishes, they go on sale on the 19th of January. That's Friday, January 19th, 7 p.m. Eastern time on the Bee's Knees site. If you want to see more pictures, I have some on my Instagram at Polished Bookworm. If you have any questions, feel free to leave me a comment or DM me on there. And let me know if you're going to pick anything up. Let me know if you read the book too, or if you wanted to read the book, or if you have any questions about the book, or if you have questions about Kingdom of the Wicked, which I have gotten before reading Throne of the Fallen. And I'm just kind of happy to do book talk in general. And I will be back next week with some more fun stuff. And I will be a little more active on here. So let me know what you want to see. Let me know if there's stuff that you'd like to see aside from collection reviews. That's kind of my thing. It's sometimes hard to find, you know, I guess not that hard to find, but that's my thing. I feel like I'm a little boring with that, but I just really like collections. I like kind of seeing cut and dry paint on the nail, how it applies, how it looks in different lighting and all of that. But if you ever want to see anything else, or if you want to see something specific, whether it's a specific brand, or if you want to see more mainstream brands or nail care or anything like that, just shoot me a DM or add a comment or anything like that, and I will talk to you all later. You have a good one.